Hey, good evening. Rob Burke here. Hey, listen, thank you and welcome to Burke Brigade. The second episode is a lot of, looks like there's a couple things here I got to make sure. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts out there. And I am Rob Burke, candidate for Congress in the 8th Congressional District. If I told you what's in front of me, you'd probably laugh, but there's an awful lot of moving parts. And what I'm trying to do is make sure this microphone's working. Gotta just make sure here. What I'm trying to do is make sure that every week when I go out in the field, I report back to you and let you know what happened. And so last week was Flag Day, and I went out and let's take a look at the opening scene here.
Steve Lynch, you're going to close the border. Steve Lynch, are you going to close the border? 600,000 illegals, Steve, have flown in. 600,000 illegals have flown in, Steve Lynch.
So this is the first time I've actually seen Steve Lynch anyplace. I was in Quincy. This is Flag Day on last Monday. And so I was in Quincy because it rained on Friday night and Flag Day was on Saturday. So I went down to Quincy and here we go.
Second Continental Congress, 1777. 1777. 1777. You gonna close that border?
I don't have any jurisdiction, but I will.
I'll help you.
Yeah, that's the mayor of Quincy, Mr. Koch, and don't know the guy. Probably a great guy. Who knows? But you have to ask these politicians. They're all getting money from all over the place. And Quincy, because I had gone down to Quincy, Eastern Nazarene College, and I got to make sure that I'm looking at a couple things. If you just bear with me, just make sure that things are working here, because you never know what's going on. I thought these things are supposed to be working, but if they don't work, I can't do anything about them unless I'm supposed to do something. Let me just check this out here. Yes, you're live there. You are live. You are live. And when I'm not. So when I go to these places, I don't want to harass anybody, but it's like I don't get an opportunity to talk to them. Obviously, right now I'm a candidate, and it's been pretty good. As you know, I put a video up explaining that I ran in 2022, had somewhere around a little less than 90,000 votes. And again, I understand what I was, first year candidate, didn't make any errors. And I'm just looking at, oops, this is what happens when you do everything by yourself. It's terrible to knock over stuff, so just bear with me, man. Sorry about that. Geez. This is great. Knock over everything. That's a good one. That's a good start, isn't it? You knock over something just fell. But I don't try to harass these people. It's always right question, wrong forum, wrong question, right forum. But these people are dodging us. They don't want to talk to us for any reason. They don't want to see us. They don't want to hear from us. They don't care. They're hiding. They know. Like I said, today I put a video up. I just want to read a couple things just to make sure. Just take a few minutes to clarify my comments on the video. And I think this may help my separate myself from the other candidates running in September primary. I have 2 people running against me. 2. Last time I did it in 22, I had 1. Did pretty well. Had no hope from the Republicans. I was just so disappointed with them. I had been a Republican for over 50 years, and I've never seen them do anything for anybody to get elected. No recruiting, nothing, none of that. So I really are looking for individuals and Americans who believe in the American way of life, and Trump is one of those people. I'm a popular nationalist, and just if you look at my material from 2022, nothing's really changed with me. Nothing. Actually took my handout sheet, just changed the date. That was it. Obviously, the border and the economy sort of flipped, but now the economy's embedded into the border, and again, we have to look at this as serious stuff. And when you talk to these people, they just think there's nothing's happening. They're just ducking you. They're just gaslighting you all day. So we can't have that. So um, I'm just looking at something there. So let me be clear. I'm just going to read this time, okay, who I am. I'm the only populist in the race. What is a populist, you ask? It's a new breed of politicians like Trump who want to help the working people abandoned by Lynch Biden Democrats and Baker Republicans. Closing. Help me build a new populist Republican Party that represents the needs and objectives of workers. Also, on February 2nd, 2016, I traveled to New Hampshire, where I went to Milford, New Hampshire, and that was where it all begun, really, with Trump and the MAGA movement. Um, I was there at the golf course. It was great. Trump was unbelievable. I remember looking to my left, I saw Howie Carr there, and he had doing remote. I saw Ann Coulter, a couple other people, and all I'm trying to do is this. Um, I want to take this mega movement to support Trump's quest to make America and Massachusetts great again. I'm not a rhino. I don't like rhinos. I don't. I really dislike never Trumpers because every time you ask them what their problem is, they can never tell you, and that's part of the deal with these people. You can never pin them down on what they're actually talking about. Like I said, I've been out in the field for almost. Let me tell you, I've been out in the field probably since 2021. Another thing is getting the signatures to get on the ballot. I didn't have any Republican town committees helping me. I didn't buy any signatures for anybody. It's me and a buddy of mine. We talked to everybody. We took on all comers. We didn't use a list. We just stood there and we said, close the border. Close the border. My buddy wasn't that aggressive, but he was good too. But a lot of these people that we spoke to, not the beautiful people, not the people that aren't going to do anything for anybody. These are just regular people. And again, if you are in the private sector, you're with me. If you own a business, yeah, a small business, you're definitely with me. And if you have people in sports, especially young women, you're definitely with me. These people are out here are evil. They try to destroy your business, your economy, your family, and everything else. And now they're all running for the hills because all the truth is coming out. All the truth is coming out. Now they're coming up with that COVID crap again. They're all talking about that. I remember seeing Steve Lynch at the city hall. He had the blue mask on with a little, little symbol of the House of Representatives. And I said, when's this going to be over, Steve? And I said, where's the emergency? He goes, well, the CDC. Yeah, the CDC with Fauci. What are you kidding me? It was, and I asked him, I did ask him a question about getting vaccinated. And he said to me that he did. And that was the wrong word. See, with these lawyers, and they're all lawyers, you got to really ask them the direct question and then get a follow-up in, because it wasn't a vaccine. It was a gene therapy that they developed back in 220 or whatever it was when they came out with it. It was all nonsense. The amount of people that Fauci killed with Francis Collins and the complicit people like Charlie Baker and Walsh. Come on, just terrible. So anyways, I'm looking at what I've been doing lately, and I thought I didn't know what to expect the second time out. And again, all I know is the approach we used the last time was just to talk to as many people as they we could possibly talk to and ask them to consider us to vote for me. And that's all I could do. I didn't have, even when I won against, I was the only one in the state of Massachusetts, by the way, that had a primary. And I came in, I did pretty well. I was shocked, actually. I was shocked in the sense that I had nothing to expect. I remember doing the primary. I went to bed that night and just went to bed. I said, okay, we did everything we possibly could in the amount of time we had and the resources. And then I get calls from all these people saying, are you seeing what's going on? I said, no, I have no clue. And I was at 73%, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. So we finally won that, and I had to go in the general election. I didn't understand there was no time. You just turned around, you're right back in on it. So I need help. I definitely need help. I'm asking you to help. And by just doing little things, I don't need any heavy lifting for money from anybody. I'm sorry. Money I could use. I could use some money this time around because I'm much more understanding of what's actually going on out here. And I just got to make sure that I'm on. Let me see. Let me just flip this up for a second. And let me play this thing, see if there's, okay, so the audio is good there. For a second. That's good. Let me play this thing. That's good. I never know if the audio, I have to check. If you saw, I have like 3 phones in front of me. I've got people can call in. Let me put this out. I mean, I'm working at this thing. This is really funny. I'm using StreamYard. Obviously, people have used StreamYard before. So they have the banners, Yeah, email me, rob@burkeforcongress.com. I got an email from someone today, some good dude. I did post it, by the way. And I'm sure it's probably some nonsense, but who cares? I understand you cannot put political signs on government property. I understand that. This person decided that's whatever her name was. I don't even know what her name. What the hell is her name? I did post it. So let me see. Who's this person here? This is great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is from Diane Higgins, and she's copied somebody else on this issue. So listen, if anybody knows this, Denise Higgins, I guess that's her name, Diane Higgins. Hey, have them contact me. Hey, Diane, I appreciate you, reaching out to her, but I call the Secretary of State. They said, you have no right to take anybody's sign down. There's a process. If there's a problem, the state gets notified. The state then notifies the campaign, and then we take it down. You don't take down anything. It's not your call. Stay out of my business, will you? That's a felony. And if I do catch you, I'm going to press charges against you. So, hey, heads up. I don't care if you're trying to help me. You should contact me. You can know how to contact me. But to go do something like that is really Mickey Mouse. And by the way, you can give me a call if you want, 800-701-4231. I'll take a call. I don't mind taking a call. I like talking to people. So this is like basically my own talk show here. So, but I need participation, and I'm not really sure right now about the chat room. I know there's a private chat. I don't know who can chat on it, but comments, I'm not seeing anything right now, but events every week, whether it's a Sunday or a Monday, I'll have one of these little shows on where I review what I actually did. Basically going back out there and talking to people, talking to as many people as I can. I try to, and over time, I'll get really good at this. I want to meet with just a couple people. If you're watching the European election over there, the sovereignty of every country is probably the most important issue. Illegal immigration is bad news. We don't want that for any reason, especially for the Black and Latino community. It destroys the economy, crime, all the collateral damage. We don't need that. No one ever asked anybody. I hate that. We're going to get rid of all these people, and I will deport these people. I will find out what I can do with federal money and starve these people out. And they'll go home. They'll go back home again because there will be no more money for them. What a bunch of morons ever thought this up to replace people that live here. That's the whole game, to replace people. Imagine that. Trying to replace Americans with other people. And you can watch the Ukraine with that same type of thing. They're killing all the young men over in Ukraine. They're going to replace them with Africans and people from the East to rebuild that country. What a scam this is. But the United States, we have our own problem. You can feel the thickness. And I got the banner here. I found that old banner. It's actually a 2020 banner. The one that election was stolen by Trump, and they'll probably pick me up for that. So who the hell knows? I'm just thinking if there's any messages here on my YouTube station. I don't think so because no one watches it. But you can catch me at Burke for Congress on YouTube, the social media. I am Robert Burke at Twitter and Burke OIs. So we'll see what happens. It usually oh, there he is. Okay, that's good. I'm going. Seeing a few people looking at it. Hey, listen, folks. Feel free to contact me. Don't be afraid to contact me. Send me an email. Again, there's a lot of different things at Rob at burkeforcongress.com until I get this chat thing squared away. That'd be fine. And like I said, I've been living these dreams. I've been not dreams, but I've been living these. This economy. I'm going to start sort of moving towards the economy a little bit because the economy is entwined into the illegal immigration. It's there. I'll lay this out for you and I'll do it in much better terms, but it's all tied together. They say, well, and by the way, we haven't had any jobs made for Americans in 4 years. Everything that the government has told you about numbers has been a lie. They've been lying about jobs, how well the economy's doing. They're looking at the stock market, but you look at the bond market. Here's how it works, folks. Ready? And I'm no brain surgeon. Let's say we bring in $4.5 trillion every year revenue for the whole country. We spend $7 trillion. That's a 2.5 trillion structural deficit, and we have to finance it short term every 90 days, and that equals a $1 trillion interest every 90 days. But the way this is going, the way they're spent, and they're doubling down, the Democrats, okay, they're doubling down. We'll be at 50-something trillion. No wonder the young people are disheartened. No wonder the young people, when I talk to them, they don't listen to me, really. I got to talk to, the good news is when you get out there, and the name of the thing is getting out there. I talked to a couple of people last night in Norwood, and one sold real estate, and the other person was a financial person. And they agreed. I was watching one of the shows in the 3Ms. They want to be married. They want to mate and have children. And they want to have a mortgage, and they can't. They can't. The housing is incredibly off kilter. 20% of the houses are being purchased by corporations to drive people out. That house that used to be, $125,000, 170,000. I'm sorry, 170. You need 71,000, I guess, to combined income to have enough money to buy a house. Under Biden, the last 3 years, that's gone up $75,000 or 50,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. 50 grand in 3 years. These kids can't afford it. They can't afford to get married. They can't afford to have children. They can't afford to basically have a house. And what happens next? They're being replaced by all these illegals. We don't want these people here. We don't want them. Every day you look at I get these feeds all the time, and it's people just, crime, drugs, gangs. Who needs that crap? Because these people, the elite, they're out of touch. They're out of touch with everybody. They have no idea. My average person that I speak to are regular people. I'm a regular person. I don't have anything really of value. We have some things, but these people that are basically pounding us into submission, they're greedy, and they're just awful people. They're terrible. I got my microphone, this number thing. The way this microphone works, you got to talk by it, so I don't do some chirping or going over. But so every day I go out and I talk to you, and this is the way to do it for me. I don't want any support from these Republican town committees. I don't think their job is to rah some candidate. I've been invited to a couple of these events. Awful. The one I went in Dedham, that was terrible. That's all news, old news, talking about just nonsense. Everybody that was there knew all about this stuff, and they bring these people not from around here, which they should have done. They should have brought the people here to talk about the problems here. I don't need some DC guy. Have you been to DC? I was in DC a couple of weeks ago. What a place. It's all bombed out. It's terrible. It's so dangerous that they're going to come up and tell us what we should be doing. How about take care of DC, will you? DC is approximately the same size as Boston. So, as we go forward here, it's going to get a little hectic, I think. Obviously, the Supreme Court's doing some stuff, but the Burke Brigade, I obviously just need some help. I need some people to help me. And um, I'm slowly getting my signs into the ground now, and which is fun. People are calling me for the signs, and I'd be happy to come down and see and talk to you and meet with you, and just be able to understand who I am and meet with me. And again, when you get all this information, you just want to yak, yak, yak. No, that's not what it's all about. After talking to so many people on two different occasions, I think I've talked to probably during this process, getting signatures 2 years in a row or 2 cycles, probably 5,000 people coming out of shopping centers. That's all we did. It was Stop and Shop, Star Market, Shaw's, Whole Foods, Roach Brothers. That's all. We just talked to consumers, and they know. Here's one of I like this one. This is one of so this is in 2022.
Hey, this is Rob Burke. Gas is creeping up again. Up and away. All your other utilities are going up again. They talk about gas reducing the price, but everything else is going up. This is wrong. Remember when it was $1.80? BurkeForCongress.com.
I got tons of those I can make, on anything. Just think about everything that you consume. We're a consumer economy, but there's no money. Everything's called hyperinflation. That's when, as a small business person, I think I talked about this with the barber. He can only charge so much. And then he gets to a point where the customer can't pay. He can only charge so much. He can't make a profit, and he's out of business. And I asked him about it. The people, are you losing business? About 30%. About 30% aren't showing up anymore. They would get out the clippers like my mother used to do. Give me good haircuts, good haircuts. No, but my God, I'm going to take my glasses off if I can. I don't think I need them right now. I'm going to check a few things here because see if anybody's reached out and touched me. And again, I don't expect anybody this time around, but as time goes on, I expect people to call in, and if they want to help out, they can. And I don't need anybody to do any heavy lifting. Burke Brigade, I need help. I need regular people help me. Not unbelievable. If they need a sign, make sure they contact me, and I'll be happy to deliver it to them if I'm in the area. Again, I have 20 towns plus half the city of Boston. So I don't mind the signage. That's good. But I think if they get to know me, and then maybe we can get together and meet with a couple of friends. That's really what I'm looking for. Because I go back to Nigel Farage. He would meet with 2 or 3 people and say, "Oh, you must be crazy doing it that way." No, the people are up to speed in this. You'd be how smart these people are. That when the thing affects them, they know what's going on, and they're not faking it. You can tell by the tone of their voice, the mannerisms. When they come out of the shopping center, what's going on. They're pissed. They don't like the fact it's going up 30% all the time, and they have no say in it. They don't have any say in it. Utilities. I just got my insurance up. Oh, that went up 30%. I said, why? I've never been in an accident. Well, it just went up. It just went up. Everything's gone up. Utilities, heating, air conditioning, all that stuff, gas, food, car payments. I'm working on a story right now. I'll let you know when it happens. It's been 7 months now on a supply chain issue. 7 months. So the Burke Brigade, make sure you do some simple things. I just got to look at this for a second. Make sure you reach out, send me an email someday at rob@burkeforcongress.com. I don't sell your information. Like I said, I have a Republican list that Brad Wyatt gave me. I haven't really used it. I find it more effective to basically just stand there with my sign up. This is when people come up to me all the time. They always come up when I have these signs out. This is the most effective way I can do it. I don't mind doing it either. It's actually therapy for me because I can talk to people and they want to talk about the things I want to talk about. But more important, I want to listen to what they're saying to me because all the things that you're talking about, I'm living the dream out here with this stuff. I'm living these policies. I gas my car up twice a day to do DoorDash. I can't make any money at DoorDash anymore because Steve Lynch destroyed the gig economy because he raised all the gas prices. It's that extra 20, 30% every time you do your stuff where you lose all your profits. He doesn't care. He's one of the richest guys in Congress. I like to know how he did it. I know. I was going to FOIA him and his people and stuff. You can't do that. You can't. It's against the law. You can't do it. So what we're doing now is we're going to all the towns and we're finding out how much money each town gets and how many ways that they get the money to do whatever they do. And it's all about money because I can only talk to you about federal money. I can't talk about anything else. So someday, if you want to, you can always call me at the 800-701-4231. The way it's set up is if you do call and I don't pick up, you'll go to basically an email with a recording. I can pick it off there. So feel free to give me a call, 800-701-4231. And this thing has a lot of little gadgets, which is kind of nice. I like picking up things, you have to practice with this thing. Here's one of my favorite ones. I'm a gun owner. I never thought I'd be one, but I am. I have a license to carry, and I'm in Dedham. Here's one of the gun grabbers. Watch this guy. This guy was beautiful. Rep, you gonna fix that gun law?
We're always working on it, yeah.
Are you for it? Are you for taking away my rights or against it?
No, I'm for making people safe.
What does that mean? That's
Self-explanatory.
no, it isn't. Nice try. You're a phony. You're a phony. You hate America. You get these guys all the time. They throw some one-liner saying to you, "Oh, I care about safety." Oh, me too. Most gun people that have firearms, all they do is talk about safety. Safety is the number one issue. This guy obviously doesn't own a firearm. He just doesn't. I know he doesn't. And who protects him? I like to see that movie theater that, some nut goes in there. What are you going to do, Paul? Paul McMurtry, his name is Paul McMurtry. I don't know personally. I just moved to Dedham, but I'm not afraid to ask these people tough questions. And you should be able to ask these people questions all the time about anything. And they don't give you a right answer, follow up with them. Stand on their necks until they give you the information because these people, they don't care one iota about anybody. So going back to Burke Brigade, it's a concept. It's an idea. I think we can grow it out as we go. And like I said, I don't need heavy lifting. And we'll be expanding down the road or a couple different topics. And next week, I'll put a little blurb out on Thursday to tell you where I'm going. But the economy, the illegal immigration, I've been on that for a long time. And just letting people know, I'm going to reiterate this and say this one more time. Listen, I've been a conservative all my life. I've been a Republican since I was 18. So I'm about 50 plus years. And I'm a Lincoln Republican, which means I'm a constitutionalist. When I saw Trump the first time, it was February 2nd, 2016, up at Milford. It was unbelievable. It was at the country club. So there was big lines, and it wasn't a huge room, but it was packed. It was packed. I remember chasing around this reporter from NPR. She was looking to ambush somebody, and I kept on asking her questions. She kept on running from me. I just kept on asking her questions. And like I said, it was fantastic. What's his name? Brown brought Trump on, and he's the same as he was back in 16. It's amazing. And I don't think he's great at anything, but you can believe him. A lot of people, I had one guy say, "Oh, I can't vote for him because of his, his thing with the online school." That online school, by the way that worked was this: yeah, you bought something online to learn how to make money in real estate, It's like anything else. You take a course, you either hit it or you don't. But you want to sue about the people? What a bunch of crap that was. We should have known that was all fake in the first place. And that was lawfare coming after Trump indirectly. And they tried it and they got him anything to smear him. Anything to smear him. So Trump was, I can remember, I've been to a lot of different events up in Manchester a couple times. I went to St. Anselm's College, which is right there. And I remember going into this is the greatest story. I'm in one of the hotels. There's only a couple on Elm Street, okay, and I walk in. I see the guy Lawrence O'Donnell. Remember, he's the guy who goes, stop the banging, and I'm ready to approach him, and I go to do the question about stop the banging, and my camera wasn't on. So I blew that one. I had this guy. It would have been fantastic. And then there's Dan Rather. Dan Rather's standing behind him. And so I turn and I get right behind Dan. I go, Dad, don't you remember? He turns around and he was like, took a double take because he put his shoulders up, he's probably going, oh God, some kid that I appropriated is following me around. And he turned around and looked at me and just like nothing happened. He goes, I wish I could have done better. I wish I could have done better, son. That's what he said to me. What unbelievable. Funny. That was funny. Dad, don't you remember? And he goes, oh. Unbelievable. But this is what you got to do. You got to get engaged and you got to be out there. You can't be waiting around pressing buttons all day saying, oh, maybe, I'm afraid someone's going to come after. They're going to come after you anyways. They'll probably come after me. Probably, definitely. So if I disappear, you'll know I'm going someplace. But like I said, we want you to participate. Like I said, Burke Brigade is a concept. We build an army. We have enough time to get the word out, and I need your help. Okay, I need you to help. I need you to volunteer. By volunteering, you could be just standing at the end of your street with a sign for an hour, and that's when they come up to you. I'm in the video business, sports video, and every time I talk to people about sports video, they just look at me like, "What's that?" But when I'm working is when they come. That's when they come over and they ask me about a project for their kids in sports. It's same with holding a sign. That's when they come over and they engage you. I believe in what you're saying. I believe that. So listen, it's about 8:33. I'm going to wrap this up here. And this is Rob Burke. Thanks for joining me at the Burke Brigade. We'll get better at this. We'll get down to maybe 2 or 3 main subjects with a lot of detail by myself here. But like I said, just to be able to do a couple things like this and have my name come up and put some videos on and do that type of stuff. I'm just looking at this. I'm just seeing what this one is right here. Oh, this is the gun grabber again. He had to come back for me for the second run. He comes back again. Oh, I'm sorry. The first one, as you saw, was the second run. And that's what happens. I guess I cut it short, whatever. No problem. But we can always go the favorite video of the night.
Hey, this is Rob Burke. Gas is creeping up again. Up and away. All your other utilities are going up again. They talk about gas reducing the price, but everything else is going up. This is wrong. Remember when it was $1.80? BurkeForCongress.com.
And just in closing, I remember a video was produced with Steve Lynch over in West Roxbury, and he's driving around with Michelle Wu's copycat car, the Green New Deal. This thing was one of those huge cars, and it said Rep 8 on it or whatever it said. Hey, Steve, you're forcing everybody to get on bicycles. Get rid of that car. Give Steve a call and ask him why he's driving around in a gas guzzler on my dime. Steve, I don't even think he drives, but get rid of that thing, Steve. No one likes a hypocrite. Rob Burke, I'm going to be signing off right now. We're going to see if we can do something. 1 second here. 1 second, and we're going to take us out with a little bit of music. If that's okay. I know what he did here. There you go. Is the Celtic fire dance. I'll talk to you later.